We could have been on camera, got some content. We should have been doing this.
Our topic for today is everybody can't come, or why you shouldn't get into business with everybody.
Friends, family, all the above.
Right.
When you got the hustle, when you got that dog in you, and you trying to accomplish things, you be thinking that other people can go along with you. You be thinking that, if I win, you want everybody around you to win. And it don't go that way. So, and a lot of times people don't want it. They don't want to go with you. So, they also don't want to put in the work.
I agree with that, because a lot of times it's like one-sided. Somebody's doing more than the other.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like usually the one that's more driven and the one that wants it is the one that's always going to be doing more work.
Mm-hmm.
So if y'all both not on the same type of timing when it comes to the goal or the business that y'all trying to do, it's not going to work.
Yeah, you got to have people that's aligned and y'all have the same vision and same drive, same work ethic. But it's like when it's your idea that you started, you got this passion, this vision, and you're trying to bring other people along with you. That's not their baby. So they're not going to care about it as much as you do. You're going to be the one putting in the work, and they're just wanting to profit or benefit from it. And it don't work.
Right.
It don't work that way.
I remember there was a time where I had wanted to start a business, and I wanted to bring friends along. And I swear, even when you trying to do a trip, when there's multiple people involved, it takes forever to get to the first step. And I just feel like
made it out the group chat.
Right.
It made it out the group chat.
Whoever really want it, they gonna show up, or they gonna make that first step, or they gonna show that they willing to do whatever it is to get to where we going. And everybody not like that. But back to the story, it's more of like, I had to literally, again, everybody can't go. So I had to literally cut people off in order to make it to where I'm trying to go. And that's how I made it to where I'm trying to go, by cutting people off. Sometimes your blessing ain't gonna come until you release what's holding you back, or what you think needs to come with you. Because again, everybody can't go.
When you elevate, and sometimes that's when God let you know, that's the moments in which you figure out who you need to let go of. Mm-hmm. Everybody can't go with you into the next phase of your life. Everybody ain't meant to, and they got their own. And that's not a bad thing. It's not always like a ugly fallout. It's not always a situation in which, you at somebody's neck because you elevate. And sometimes it is. Sometimes it's jealousy. Sometimes you see people become envious. But it's not always that way. Sometimes it's just a mutual understanding. I love you, but I'm going to love you from afar. Mm-hmm. And you got to move forward. Like, it's not always this ugly fallout to leave people where they at. Mm-hmm. They're not meant to excel. Like, they're not meant to excel on a level that you are excelling.
And it's also different levels. I may be here, you're still here. You still got to get here before you're ready to move here. Mm-hmm. Some people are just not meant to do what you're doing. Maybe their path is left, yours is right, so I definitely feel like some people are cut out of your life, and that may be God letting you know this person can't come along, so something's gonna happen to where you have to release them, and then that's when your blessings start to flow.
That's facts. You got, what businesses that you are currently involved in?
Okay, so right now, everybody know I got Pure Her. I just started that in 2024. She is a Pure Her brand partner. And then prior to Pure Her, I have a caregiving business that I started in 2019. And we're going on, 7-8 years now, I would say. So it's been blossoming. We're doing great. And I also do the coaching classes for the caregiving business. So if you're interested in learning how to get into that, that is also something I do. I'm trying to think, is there anything I'm forgetting? No, that's it, right?
That's it. Yep.
So check out purehers.com.
For now.
Right, because we got some things in the works.
For now.
So what do you do? What's your businesses? Because you got some too, honey.
Wait, don't I? Okay, so first off, my first business is Max Tax. That's individual and small business income tax. The next business I have is shared housing. That is basically independent living, renting out rooms. And then my day job is a housing navigator, helping homeless individuals find stable housing, also a realtor.
She got it.
And
You done made it off one hand.
I am also a Pure Her brand partner. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. More to come.
7 incomes make you a millionaire.
Yes.
You gotta get 7 streams of income, and we working on that.
Always. So yeah, I've learned through, like, even with Max Tax, I started with a team of people. Like, I had a bunch of people that I contracted to bring in to do taxes, but you learn early on, everybody ain't driven the way you are. Like, that's like being self-employed involves a real hustle. That involves like getting up, being self-motivated. That involves not punching a time clock, just knowing you got stuff to do and not lollygagging or playing around. It's really doing the work, because you do the work, you get paid. You don't do the work, you don't get paid.
Right.
So I learned early on, everybody don't have that drive. Some people meant to be workers. Everybody ain't meant to be bosses.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
Definitely.
It's not shade.
Mm-hmm.
It's not shade at all. That's just how the world works. It's like B-Movie. You seen B-Movie? It's a kid movie. Yeah, I got kids. But no, B-Movie shows you, like, it's certain people that's just meant to be workers. Like, this is what they get up to do every day. They need somebody telling them what to do. They need somebody giving them direction. And you got some people that don't take direction, and I'm going to move in the direction I choose to go. Those are bosses. Those are the ones that can navigate, and they can manage. They can tell other people what they need to do. But everybody got a boss at the end of the day. I'm just...
Not us.
Not that.
But I can say that it definitely takes a different type of mentality when it comes to being an entrepreneur and being your own boss. I have to tell y'all that before I started my caregiving business, I was working at a call center, and I hated that job. And my patience was so thin, I literally used to be flipping computers in there, like hanging up the phone on people. Like, it just wasn't for me. And then I was finishing school, got my paralegal degree, and I went to work at a law firm. Worked there for about 3-4 years. I was promoted about 2 or 3 times, and then I was capped. It was just like, that's all I could make. And then I took a risk on myself. It was something going on at the office. I didn't like it. I'm like, yeah, I gotta go. So I took whatever was left in my 401k, literally put in my 2 weeks notice, and I'm like, all right, I could probably live on this for probably about 2-3 weeks, 2 or 3 months for like bills or whatever I got. When I left there, I started working privately, doing caregiving, and after that was 2018. 2019, I had got my first case. Me and my sisters, we were all working that one, and then we got another one, and then it started growing eventually. And after a while, my sister started her own business, so it kind of like everybody started branching off. But when I say I used to work 3 jobs before I took that risk of faith, 3 jobs, going to school. My kids was probably 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, what they be saying. And I literally had to work my ass off. And then even after that, even running this business, I still had to work shifts running this business. It was up until 2024, November of 2024 is when I stopped having to fill a shift. And I'm finally getting to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Like, it took me that long before I'm like literally living off my success.
What does that look like, living off the fruits of your labor?
Girl, you know I don't be doing the motherfucking thing around these parts.
What is that?
Girl, I wake up when I want to. I don't, I'm still a planner, so I still gotta write stuff down, and I like to plan, but
I think that's part of being a boss, that organization piece. That's a natural built-in trait of a boss. Like, you gotta be a planner.
Yeah, I have to be organized. I have to know what's going on. I don't work well under frustration, like, so I don't like last minute little changes, none of that craziness. But enjoying the fruits of your labor is literally just living life comfortably, no stress, no worries. A lot of that I have to say is God, because He's the one who made the way for me. He's the one I got in my corner every time. Like, I've always been that friend that everybody comes to. I'm not the friend that I could call someone else, you know. So it's only him that has my back. So enjoying the fruits of my labor is literally what I do. Wake up whatever time I go, work out. I'm able to take care of me, my body. I'm able to work out, eat well, you know, afford certain things like, you know, just taking trips whenever.
Yep.
Wake up today and fly somewhere if I wanted to. Like, that to me is like enjoying the fruits of my labor. Like, my kids, I'm home with them. Like, I remember saying when you a little girl, you always want to, you know, I want a man to take care of me. I want a man that make good money to be able to take care of me. So that I could be a housewife, right? Got her other plans. He was like, nah, you ain't gonna be you don't need no man.
Was that really what you wished for?
I used to think that. I used to, not a house, but to be taken care of like one. I still want to work and have my own money, but I want a man to come in and take care of me. And to where I could be a at-home mom for my kids. Because at this time, I'm working 3 jobs, going to school, you know. Sometimes they at home by themselves.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what I gotta do.
Safely, but yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do.
So, you know, that was something I wanted. And no, God was like, nah. So now I have it. But it ain't from no man. It's from the fruits of my labor. And to me, it's just like, that's better than anything. Because I still don't have to count on anyone, you know? So
we gonna get there. We on the way. We on the way. But yeah, I'm not in the place exactly that where I wake up no stress. My life is stressful. When you got a bunch of things you juggling, it's always stressing somewhere. Yeah, my kids are little still. So it's 3 different people always needing something different. But I will say, me having the flexibility and being my own boss, I'm always at every athletic event that they have, any extracurricular event. I have that flexibility. Whatever thing they have at school randomly that texts me the next day and say that they have awards day. Those are last minute things. I don't have to ask off. I don't have to ask permission. That's my biggest thing too. I don't ask for permission. I ask for forgiveness. And I think that's
you
the
do what
luxury.
you want, and then my bad.
That's the luxury of, you know, being your own boss in entrepreneurship. But it ain't by any means easy. Like, it takes sacrifice. It takes that drive. It takes a ton of things that you don't got to worry about when you punching a clock. And I'm not saying that there's anything bad about punching a clock, because again, some people are just meant for that. But there's a lot of things that I didn't value in it that I wanted, that I get out of being my own boss, and that I get from being flexible. And again, everybody not meant for that life. Like, it's not necessarily easy to be an entrepreneur. It's a lot of things that you got to take care of, and you got to be dedicated. You got to be disciplined to be an entrepreneur. That's the word.
In anything, and consistent. In anything you do. I swear, I always say that to a lot of people that I coach. Consistency is the key in anything, even if it's relationships, business. You need that in order.
Friendships.
Yeah, anything. It takes consistency for it to flourish.
So what would you say is like one of the downsides about getting to this point of success and, you know, where you are in being an entrepreneur? What do you see as the downside, or something you wish was easier?
I can say that a lot of people don't have the free time I have. So a lot of things is like, I'm doing alone. You know, success sometimes is lonely, because, you know, everybody not on your budget, everybody not on your scale. So it's like, you know, I got all this free time, but all my friends work or got 9 to 5s, or, you know, so it's kind of.
I got kids.
Yeah. So everybody can't just hop on a flight and let's go do something, you know. So I say that's the downside. Even my husband, he's a truck driver. So I gotta wait till he come home for us to do something where if he was more flexible, we'd probably be on vacation every day weekend, you know, like somewhere. But yeah, I think that's the downside.
But I think, I said this earlier, like, I realized that, you know, when I started getting more tuned in with myself and you know, going down my spiritual journey, I realized the more I elevate, the lonelier the road is. Like, when you on this path of success, it is lonely. And you got to get you got to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. You got to get comfortable with your own thoughts and silence in your own company. And that means a lot of times going to therapy, because when silence hit, you start to realize things come up that you ain't really had time to think about or worry about or process. Like trauma, like there's so many things that come up that you now got to deal with because you got the time to do so. So it is a lonely road.
Therapy is also a plus. Like with being where I am now, I'm able to go to therapy. Like you just said, have time for things that I didn't have time for before. A lot of isolation is involved. So now you have time to pray. So I can say I'm okay with the lonely road though, because like we were saying, I like being isolated. Sometimes I have to, because I feel like I'm an empath and I take on a lot of
energy.
Yeah, and that it be heavy and I just be yeah. So sometimes I be needing about 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe a week away from people before I feel like being bothered again, if that makes sense.
No, it do make sense. It make perfect sense, because I'm the same way. And this is somebody that's in a people role, but as much as I'm dealing with people, please text my phone. Don't call me. I hate talking on the phone.
Girl, I will look at that phone ring and wait for
right.
it up.
And then text you
what you want?
And text you after what you need.
And I don't like when somebody texts like, what you doing? Nigga, what do you want?
That, or text me and tell me to call me. That's my pet peeve right there. Don't text me and be like, call me. You could have used that same energy to call me.
No, because you want to answer. So it's probably like, when you got time, call me.
That's true. My other question to you is, I don't know, I think I've been almost waiting on this. But
not almost waiting on
no, for real, like it's inspiring. So like, what do you think is like the key, like when you getting started with success? Because I think about this on a regular basis, like having to speak life into yourself. I'm very big on speaking positively. I'm never down on myself. I don't never feel like there's anything I can't do. So to me, that's like the biggest piece of entrepreneurship, just success, period. Like daily speaking affirmations, and they don't have to necessarily be affirmations, but just speaking life into yourself. I feel like that is a huge piece when you're going into the life of entrepreneurship. And like I said, success, period, but entrepreneurship specifically is something so hard. It's having to speak daily life into yourself. And it's telling yourself simple stuff, like when you look in the mirror in the morning, like when you're getting up, and honestly praying at night and meditating and you know, manifesting the things you want in this life. You got to say that out loud sometime. I think like
even writing it down.
Yes, I think the power of pen is oh my gosh. But also just the power of your tongue is even more powerful. Like you got to believe or understand that the words hold power.
They do.
Negatively or positively.
So you got to watch what you say.
Watch what you say to people, but most importantly, watch what you say to yourself. It's never putting yourself down. So the whole question was, what do you feel like is like one of the most important things when you stepping into it? Like when you said, okay, I'm gonna take this money out of my 401k and I'm gonna live off this. But what was like the thing that you felt like pushed that drive when you decided, okay, I'm gonna do this? Like,
so it was more of, I had to do it because where I was, it was like, I don't tolerate disrespect in no way. I don't tolerate any lack of consideration towards me, like anything like that. I'm not staying at no job because it pays well. Like, you gotta value me. If you don't value me, I'm out. So that was like, I'm out. And I had to make that decision. I didn't care. Once my brain processed, I ain't dealing with this shit, I got up out of there and I figured it out. It's just that in the process of me figuring it out, I look at it like God already had a plan for me. So I'm here figuring it out. It all fell into place because I left there. I was already in the field of what I'm doing. It was just part-time. I was doing this since I was old enough too, 18 years old. But that wasn't my dream. My dream was to become an attorney. So that's why I started paralegal.
Do you plan on returning to that world?
So I don't know, because I felt like, I know I wanted to be in a role where I'm helping people. So whether it was an attorney or whether it is what I'm doing now, I'm still delivering that.
Okay.
So I'm helping the elderly, and I'm also helping women, even men who are in this field and looking for a job. I give people jobs. I'm able to teach you how to do what I do so that you can become your own boss. Now, there's people that took my class and did nothing with it. These are people that they're inspired to become a boss, but they're not. Like you said, some people are meant to be workers, some people are meant to be bosses.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that took my class and hit the ground running. And again, I'm happy when I do things like that. And I feel like this is where I was supposed to be, because this is becoming an attorney. I probably would have had to do billable hours, overtime, just to, make ends meet, probably starting
Making
off.
the money, but not really living.
Not living it.
Mm-hmm.
But starting off probably been ends meet. Then after a couple years in, I probably had my own practice, making the money, like you said, not enjoying it. This here, I'm making money and enjoying my time. Like, I'm free from any angle you look at it. I'm free to do what I want to do, and I'm making money. And then I was able to also start another business. So I was able to run this up, had this moving, and then start something else. And that's just literally what I plan to keep doing.
Generational wealth.
That's what I'm focused on.
Legacy. I love it.
Your goal to become, because I feel like you don't feel like you're successful yet. So what does success look like for you, and what is your steps to become successful?
Success looks very much similar to what you just described it as, like being able to get up in the morning and I am free, essentially. Like, well, I'm a mom, so there's, I got little kids, so I'm always gonna be that. But to me, it's like being able to go work out when I want to, being able to jump on a flight and go on a trip when I'm good and ready. And if that means being able to hire a nanny to go with me, so my kids can go, like, that's success. I ain't there yet, but I'm gonna get there. I feel like
and a Mary Poppins nanny at that.
That part. Come flying on your Look, go with them, get the kids in check. I feel like I have reached some form of success. I feel like I've reached the ghetto success. I grew up in the hood, so my mindset was always like comfortability. I am comfortable, but I'm never too comfortable, because I know, a rainy day can pop up at any time. This climate, this environment, this government, everything is changing. We in a space of inflation right now, so what used to be comfortable a year ago is no longer that. So it's a matter of, like, I want savings. To me, that's comfortability for real. Like, and I want savings for real. That's comfortability to me. And I want generational wealth. So while I'm starting one business here and starting the next one, I want to be able to continue doing that. But I want all my businesses to flourish without me. Right now, they still need me. So the goal is for them, to get them up and running and to step away. And if that means somebody else managing it, but ideally they run on their own. That's the goal for me. And I'm not far from that. I'm on my way. So I do feel like I'm successful, but I'm always aiming for more. I'm always striving to be better.
So do you think that there's going to come a time where you're not striving for more, you're content?
That's a good question. Cause I've been wondering that the past couple years, like, when would I be satisfied? When is enough enough?
I struggle with that.
Yeah. I don't know that it ever will be. I feel like, I guess when I don't have the mental capacity to do so, as long as this brain works.
But I feel like we have to work on that, because again, my mom worked till she was like, she literally just retired this year. And she's 67, 68. And I feel like she should have been retired. As much as my mom put in, as much as she worked, as much as she,
But that's technically retirement age.
But
that's our retirement age of that. It used to be 62, now 67, 68, which is
I just feel like, no, I don't want to retire at 67. What can we do at that age? Now, don't get it twisted. A lot of us still be looking good at our age, but like, no, I want us to be able to enjoy
while we're young.
Yeah, like now I feel like I am a little bit at retirement. I feel like I'm a retired person. I don't want us to wait that long. I feel like my mom waited too long, and I don't want us to keep working. I want to get to a point where we're like, okay, we can actually be content and enjoy life instead of focusing on what's next.
Yeah, the next venture. I will say, as we just stated, the goal is for these businesses to thrive on their own. And even in, our 50s, 60s, whatever age, they should still be making money. So we should, at that point, be at a comfortable space. And at that point, you're advising others. Like the goal is also to help the next. I think you said something earlier about you always wanted to help people. We share that goal in common because that was always me as a kid. Like I never knew specifically what I wanted to do. You talking about a jack of all trades, but I always knew I wanted to help people. I wanted to inspire other people. That's the business I left out. Queens Inspired, my mentorship program. That's it.
I told you, she probably done got 7.
Yeah, I might be there. I think I'm at 6. But again, the goal is for them to operate on their own. And so the goal, eventually at that age, 60, 70 years old, grandparents, great-grands, baby.
Exactly. Then they're going to want us to be watching some kids and shit. We ain't going to have time to enjoy our retirement. So we need to start it young.
But at that age, I'm still going on trips and doing whatever, living life. And them kids coming with me. If that's the case, Mary Poppins, wherever you are, you're going to always be needed. So if I got one of those around, I'm not. The grandkids go too. We started back. To bring this back when we started, my thought process was always to do this with family, to do it with friends. And you don't want to do it by yourself. It's lonely to try to do it all by yourself or to enjoy it by yourself.
But that's our heart. We got a big heart, so we want everybody to come along. We want to help you. We could teach you this. You could do this. It's easy. I'm doing it. Like that's our thought process. But for everybody, it's just like, nah, they don't comprehend it like we do. They don't have that spark like we do. So they end up getting left behind.
So some of it is creating the people around you, the support around you. It's not always the family and friends that you started with. You got to be open to growing with other people and surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals. You got to meet friends along the way. And this is where I've had to open up. I think our friendship is so dope because I have never been the most open person. I don't do friends well. Never have. Not that I can't be a good friend. I think I'm a great friend to those that I have, but I've never been a person with a bunch of people around me. It's usually 1 or 2 max, and I don't be friends with people for long. So that's always
don't reciprocate.
Yeah. I tend to be one that's taken advantage of a lot, and I've always been told that since a kid. I've been friends with everybody. I just don't be friends with them for long because they do tend to take advantage, and then I gotta let you go. No ill will, no hate, no shade, but I gotta have those around me that have my best interests. So that's something that I'm working on currently now, just surrounding myself with those that's gonna go to bat for me the way I go to bat for them.
Right.
So as I get older and I get more successful, understanding that still has to be the goal. Surrounding yourself with like-minded people that have your best interests. I think it won't be so lonely in the back end when you're in that enjoyment phase.
Sometimes when you get into where you're going, you do meet the right people, and then y'all all collab
be
together.
aligned.
And it's alignment. Yep. You meet the right people you need to help you get where you're going. That's a blessing.
So that's why I say our friendship was very organic because has it been a year? It ain't even been a full year.
This one it'll be, but really May.
Yeah, but we like this. We like it. We like it. So this has been the shortest friendship I have, but I will say, I love it here. I absolutely love it here.
Everybody love it here, girl.
This has been the most natural, aligned friendship. And yeah, I love it here. So I am open to. I'm not too open. I still don't fool with people. The older I get, the more I learn that people are really I don't want to say trash.
People, trash. Some people are for you, some people.
As I learned that, I'm just I'm more and more in my shell, and I'm okay with that. I get comfortable with myself, and I be in my own little bubble in the house. And when we get together, we get together. But for the most part, I'm gonna be in the house. I have no desire to be outside. That's why I love that LMA song. Not outside. It's not for
I think we did good.
Yeah, we got 30 minutes of content.
Period.
And I think this is a dope first topic, by the way, because this is
this opens up what we about and what we about to tell.
We got so much to talk about.
So we will be doing this again. It's gonna be like, a consistent thing. But we'll keep y'all updated.
For sure.
And make sure you like, follow, and subscribe.